Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. No, here I am at Paradise Park in Morgan Hill. There's rather friendly people I've come across today. I mean, quite often I come across friendly people. I don't want people to think that there's a bunch of, evil people who harass me, every time I pass by somebody or something, because that's not the case. I wanted to talk to you about Revelation 17 and 18. And I wanted you to understand what they mean, what they're getting at. What does it mean for the whore to ride the beast? Well, what is a prostitute? I mean, I can't go over this enough because you have to work the angles on these things for people to understand what you're saying. Different strokes for different folks, different angles, angels work angles. Okay, so the prostitute is somebody who often is associated with a pimp. And a pimp is very much concerned with image. Again, I tell you, a pimp is concerned with image, worldly image. They're concerned with money. And they're often violent, right? They have no honor code, so to speak. They're just ruthless pimps, basically. And so the prostitute tries to please the pimp and tries to conform to the pimp. The devil in this sense is like an evil, ruthless, human trafficking, child molester, promoting, devilish, wicked pimp. And the whore is like that whore. Now these are spirits. Again, these are spirits. This is the essence, it's the idea, it's the principles. A spirit can be a dominating principle, a prevailing tendency, but it expresses itself as an action. Okay, like the spirit of a wind, like spearing somebody, who's a wicked person as a righteous person in the spirit of focused moral intensity and say, that's the spirit. Okay. So in regards to the prostitute, it is described as the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. Now this is problematic for many reasons and takes quite a bit of explaining because long ago Babylon was extremely influential. But it wasn't long before it wasn't that influential anymore. Before Babylon, there was Egypt. It was more influential than primitive Babylon. These massive pyramids that Babylon never matched. Okay? But as Babylon kind of fell, eventually came the rise of other places. And there was a lot of empires in that area. All the way to India with the Indus Valley Empire, Harappan Empire, what have you. Okay? So what is the whore? It's this influential force, right? Babylon was a force, a cultural force to be reckoned with. Okay, and it was first established by Nimrod as a warrior force, but then they took on certain philosophies that have to do with the cult. Science is a cult, right? Baal, merchants, sailors, right? Trades, craftsmen and their trades as cults, right? As people who came together in a cult-like mentality to spread their philosophy. So, all the problems in the world, in a sense, are philosophical first and foremost. The philosophical problems are the root cause of their problems. So Babylon is like a network of wicked philosophies. They came together, like a bunch of supervillains forming an alliance to bring down the world and to try to make themselves feel good. So there's a component of science, there's a component of money, there's idolatry, people pretending that, what they are is ideal. So if they're short, they're tall, they're skinny, they're fatter, they're strong, no matter what it is, there was somebody saying that their flesh and their lifestyle made them superior. And we see this today, with rock stars, with celebrities. We see it with just, your local high school popular kids. I mean, it's everywhere. And so the dragon is said to give the beast his authority. And beast scrambled is betas, but it's also brute beast. Now I want you all to know for sure that when we're talking about, people rebelling against God, we see in 1 Samuel 15, it says rebellion is like the sin of divination, right? And idolatry and arrogance is like divination and idolatry. Just because you have rejected the philosophy, the actions, the spirit, the word, the prevailing tendency, the dominant tendency, the characteristics of God. God has rejected you as king because you're not God's son, because you're not behaving like God's son would. If you were the children of Abraham, you would do what Abraham did. If you were children of God, You would not cheat the most righteous person out of his right to lead. And if attractive women, for example, and it's very important I cover this issue, even though people might ridicule me for it, if you attractive women were children of God, you would not reject the top martial artist as your leader, especially in a society where so many females are sexually abused, and some many times. They've been raped many times and sexually abused. In a society where 1 in 4 little girls are sexually molested before the age of 18, that you would not reject the precise way to oppose the spirit of rape, wickedness, idolatry, rebellion, etc. And all sin is rebellion against God. Now, they're going to make it hard for me to upload this, so I'm going to have to make a part 2.